Look at this old building. Look at that. That is old. All right. Chisholm Trail. So this is on the Chisholm Trail. This is Spanish Fort, y'all. Spanish Fort, Texas. We're gonna read this historical marker. Ugh. All right. The site of the 1759 Tayovaya victory over Spain. Colonel Diego Ortiz Parilla, commandant of Presidio San Saba, near the later site of the Minard, I don't know what that means, had grave Indian problems in 1759. Priests and others were killed in Comanche attacks on the mission San Saba. Comanches and their friends were allied to the Frenchmen, who were trading deep in Spanish domain. Parilla wished to whip the Comanches and expel the French. With 380 soldiers and Indian support, to a total of 600 men, he left San Antonio in August. A victory over some Tonkawas on the Brazos as he marched north gave him false confidence. When he arrived at this site in October, he saw the Red River forming a moat around a fort. His Apache Native Americans that were working for him tried in vain to span the river, to cross the river and invade the fortified Tayovaya. These Native Americans, Tayovaya village, he saw 14 or more Frenchmen. A French flag was flying. Indians played drums and fife and had plenty of guns and ammunition. He bombarded the fort with cannons. But after losing 52 men in a span of a 4-hour battle, he was glad that nightfall gave him a chance to withdraw and escape. He was pursued for many days as he retreated to Presidio San Saba, which he reached on October 25th of 1759. The Tayovaya Indians were later known as the Wichitas and continued to resist white men until the 1870s. Fascinating. So, I hate to ride, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't be riding my bike on this grass because it's got stickers in the grass. So there's another historical marker over there. I guess I'll just get off my bike and go read what it says. We wanted to come to Spanish Fort to really get a good look at it. So I'll get off my bike, walk over there, clean off some of these burrs off of my tires. Lean my bike up against this historical marker. Gotta lock out my leg. All right, y'all, we're gonna go look at this historical marker. Where this is the Chisholm Trail. You got the Red River like right over there, so they would continue on, I guess, like that way and go across the Red River. But this is where the Native Americans lived. And this is Spanish Fort. We're gonna read this historical marker. It's got a picture of a Native American. It's the town of Spanish Fort. Occupies the site of an ancient Teovias Indian village, scene of first severe defeat in Texas of Spanish troops by Indians in 1759, named Fort Theodoro in 1778 by Mezieres in honor of Theodoro de Croix, commander of the interior provinces of Mexico. Permanent white settlement began in this vicinity after 1850. Let the grandeur of the pioneer be discerned in the safety he has secured, in the good he has accomplished, in the civilization he has established, erected by the state of Texas in 1938. So that's when they erected this here. It's been a long time since they erected this historical marker right here. So all right, so we've got, you can come here and have a picnic, but right here is where the Native Americans lived. 6,000 they estimate. So later it became the Chisholm Trail, crossing into Oklahoma, and my guess is this is like a saloon or something that people got shot in. I don't know, but I know they would have gunfights and card games, and people would get murdered a lot here because there were some wild outlaws that liked this place. Coming over between here and Indian Territory, wild area, unregulated. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I got any stickers in my tires. I'm just gonna kind of brush them off. Here we go. That tire brushed off. Brush off the back tires. All right. And I get back on my bike. I'm trying to go through town a little bit on the gravel. But yeah, this would be a neat place. You got a picnic table right there by the trees, and this old building is awesome. Very old. Hopefully we can go through this neighborhood, the community, a little bit without getting attacked by dogs. We're gonna try to anyway. All right, mounted back up on my bicycle, and we're gonna try to see some of the gravel development on the gravel roads. Pavement ends here, so we're just gonna make a loop through town if we can. The gravel may be too loose. It may not allow us to do what we want to do, but we're gonna try. State maintenance ends here. All right, we're gonna try to ride on this gravel using my hybrid bike. I think it can handle it. Yeah. So we've read the historical markers. Now we're gonna see modern day Spanish fort. Who lives here? How are they living? Maybe we'll see some old stuff, more historical buildings. I don't know. Maybe we'll spot the cemetery. Got a functioning house right here though. Oh, that's cool. Got their welding set up right there. Spanish Fort, Texas. These hay bales smell really good. Got chicken house over here to the right. Yeah, I would say this is Main Street Spanish Fort in 2021. Riding through Spanish Fort. It used to be much bigger than it is now. Much bigger. Pretty flowers. Antique tractors. Oh no, got a dog behind me. Oh. All right, now we're back on the road that we came into Spanish Fort on. So we're gonna go back over here to this T and turn left and head towards Nocona. Yeah, Spanish Fort, they've got a fire department, rural fire department. So we're gonna turn left. Maybe we'll see the cemetery or some more historical buildings. All right, here's their school. Spanish Fort has a school. It was closed down in the 1970s, but it was established, it says right over the door, it says 1924 Spanish Fort High School, right there. So that's it, that's their old high school. There's a bunch of goats running around in the schoolyard around it. But that's interesting. So we could probably climb the fence and go inside and explore. I know there's people who've done that, but it's just pretty much run down with goat poop, and there's nothing impressive about that school anymore. But I do know, because it says over the door 1924. That's when that school was built. Closed down in the 70s. So there we have the Spanish Fort School. Prairie View is in 10 miles, Nocona in 17 miles. So I didn't see the Spanish Fort Cemetery. Maybe it's up ahead. We'll keep an eye out for it for a while, but we are still in Spanish Fort area. All right, here's the cemetery up here on our left. Spanish Fort Cemetery, or at least Spanish Fort Cemetery Road. That's what this sign says. We may get off and have a look at that cemetery. Yeah, I see it. I see it. So we'll probably have a look at it. All right, so it says it was established in 1937 or 39, but I think there's another cemetery. This isn't the only one. There's an older one back here if we go down this road, Spanish Fort Cemetery Road. I'm gonna try going down it. See what we can find. It's pretty rough gravel, pretty loose, so I got to be careful on this hybrid. But if we can navigate through over these rocks for a little ways, I think we'll get a better idea of what this cemetery is like. Oh yeah. So this cemetery, there's two cemeteries. There's this new one. We've also got an old one back here. And that's what I'm interested in seeing. The old Spanish Fort Cemetery where all the outlaws are buried. People, cowboys killed in shootouts after card games and saloons. They're all buried down here. But I sure would like to have my mountain bike right here because it's some rough going, rough rolling, rough riding. Looks like we got a little bridge to cross to get to this cemetery. Awesome. As long as I can avoid getting a flat tire, that's the goal. Oh, we're riding on some grass though here, so there could be some burrs, sand burrs that could get into our tires. Awesome. Ooh, it's kind of creepy. Spanish Fort Cemetery. Man, oh man. Ugh. Yeah, this is an old cemetery right here, y'all. Sure is an old one. All right, so I'm gonna get off my bike again. Yep, getting off my bike for a second. We're gonna look around a little bit. Need to lock out my leg. And we're gonna look around this cemetery a little bit. Not too long, because I'm on a schedule, so can't do too much. Some flowers over here. Yeah, looks like my camera lens is looking good. So we're gonna walk around, look at a few of these tombstones, see if we can read them. This one's knocked over. There's probably plenty of them that are knocked over, but this person died in 1885. Another one died in 1885, 1893. Old cemetery. Man, some of these grave markers, can't hardly even read them. This person died in 1876, 1879. Some of these grave markers like that, you know, just sandstone people erected, and there's no way to tell what it really said. So little stones like that. You got this one laying on the ground here, a sandstone. See if we can read what it says. Something in the early 1800s, it looks like they died. But yeah, Spanish Fort, the old cemetery of Spanish Fort right here. These old marble tombstones. That person died in 1918, so not so. Some of these aren't so old. John Draper, Connor, 1919, 1917. Some of this new stuff, you know, is pretty legible, but a lot of it's just so old. I'm sure like the sandstones have just eroded into the earth, turned to sand again. So anyway, I just wanted y'all to get a kind of a look at this cemetery. Can't read. Yeah, I can. It's like person died, I don't know, it said they're born in the 1800s. I can't tell when they died. So this is the old Spanish Fort Cemetery, y'all. Whoa, almost tripped. The old Spanish Fort Cemetery. Oh man, got a piece of spider web hanging from my hand. Just got it off and that floated up into the tree. Yeah, I wish I had time to read all these grave markers, y'all, but I just don't. I just got to keep going or I won't make it back before dark. So that's the goal, to get back before dark. All right, so we were able to explore all the Spanish Fort stuff that I wanted to. At least see it. We didn't explore it thoroughly. Cemeteries, you know, there's just so many people buried and everyone's got a lifetime of stories. We don't even have time to read who's buried there, because there's so many amazing people. Oh, I mean, there's got to be amazing people in there. I don't know. Okay, so I got to get back on the bike and get out of here. If we can get out of here without a flat tire, it'll be a miracle. But we really need to if we want to make it back before dark. All right, I'm back on the bike. Bye-bye, Spanish Fort Old Cemetery. Let's go, y'all. I knew we were going to run into some gravel, but there's just so little of it that couldn't justify taking the gravel bike on all that pavement to get here, when I know the pavement bike can handle just a little bit of gravel. So far so good. Huh. You gotta watch the ground here. Every little rock could make me fall, so I've got to be careful how I approach each one on the bicycle. Oh, we got some guys here visiting this cemetery right there. They came here on their motorcycles, exploring like I am. How are y'all doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. It's my first time in Spanish Fort. Yeah, there's another cemetery down this road. Did y'all know that? Yeah, it's an older one. Oh, it's like 200 yards from where you are to the gate. It's real interesting. Y'all take care. Yeah, they're exploring like I am, these guys on their motorcycles. This is a beautiful place to not only ride bicycles, but motorcycles too. So they didn't know about that other cemetery. All right, now back on the pavement, boys and girls.